Hello, and welcome to another Adverity Platform guide. In this video, we are going to show you how to find certain values within your data to create new values based on these matched values using the match and map enrichment. But first, what is match and map and how does it work? Adverity's match and map enrichment lets you match values in your data to values in a reference or lookup table, and then map the associated values to a new column. For example, you can match the value 12 in your original date column and map it to the value December in your new column. So wherever your original date column contains 12, your new column will contain December. By using a lookup table to adjust values, you can help ensure consistency across multiple datasets or comply with wider company standards. In this example, let's say we want to change the date values in our Google Analytics data stream from a numeric format such as 2023-11 or 2023-12 to a text format like November and December. First, head over to the Enrichments page and click Create Enrichment, and then click Match and Map. Next, select the data stream you want to apply this enrichment to. Selecting a data stream type will assign this enrichment to all data streams of that type, so all your Google Ads data streams, if you have multiple Google Ads data streams, for example. You can also exclude specific data streams too if you want. In this case, we are going to just add our Google Analytics data stream and then click Next. Now, we need to configure the instructions that determine the values to be matched and mapped. First, in the original column drop-down list, select the column that contains the values you'd like to match. In this case, that's the date column. Next, in the new column field, enter a name for the new column that will contain your mapped values. In this case, we'll name the column Month and click Apply to the right. In the next section, if you already have a table that specifies how you would want to match and map your data, you can import it here. A lookup table containing this information could look like this. The values to match are in column A, and the values to map them to are in column B. If you don't have an existing table, you can create one directly in Adverity, which is what we're going to do now. Next, you can decide whether to use Adverity's autofill option or not. The autofill option will automatically enter all distinct values from the original column, letting you easily match them to new values without having to manually enter them. However, in this example though, let's say we do want to enter them manually. First, enter the value to be matched in the When column on the left. In this case, the values are 2023-11 and 2023-12. Next, select the match condition. If you select Exactly Matches, the values entered in the When column must be identical to the values in the data extract. If you want, you can also make this case sensitive. If you want to only match part of a value, then you can select Contains, and again, you can select whether this should be case sensitive or not. Lastly, you can select regex to enter a pattern that the enrichment will use to match values. This is helpful in more complicated use cases, and you can find more information on using regex in the Adverity documentation. In this example, we want to select Contains. This is because the date format in Google Analytics will also include the day, and we want to map all the instances of 2023-11 to November, regardless of the specific day. Next, in the Then column, we need to tell the enrichment what to enter in our new Month column when a column contains 2023-11 or 2023-12. To do this, we enter November and December in the corresponding fields. Next, click Apply in the bottom right of the section to save the lookup table. Lastly, we need to tell Adverity what to do if any new values are detected in the data stream. This could happen if new data was fetched in January 2024, when the original column would also contain the new value 2024-01. If we select Leave the table unchanged, newly detected values won't be added to the current values. If we select Add New Values, newly detected values will automatically be added to the current values. For now, we'll select Add New Values and Notify Me. This means that newly detected values will be automatically added and a notification will be sent to you. After configuring the settings for our new match and map enrichment, let's see whether it works as expected. You can check this by clicking the Table Preview tab on the top of the page. The original column and the new column are highlighted in blue, and you can see that the match and map enrichment works. All the original values that contain the date 2023-11 are mapped to November in the month column, and all the values that contain the date 2023-12 are mapped to December. When you are happy with the instructions, simply click Next. Then give your enrichment a name and click Create to save it. By navigating to our Google Analytics data stream, we can see that our new enrichment has already been assigned. To apply it, we either need to run a manual fetch or refetch our last data fetch. If you have scheduling set up, you can also wait until the next scheduled data fetch. Now our data has been refetched, we can check our data extract to see that yes, the enrichment has successfully matched and mapped the two columns. And there you go. That's how to use the Match and Map enrichment.
Thanks for watching. For more detailed information on using the Match and Map enrichment or any of our other enrichments, be sure to check out our Adverity documentation.